Triggers and reactions, identifying your state shifters. So what changes your state that's outside of your control is what we're going to go over in this one. So it's usually little small things. Understanding your triggers and responses is key to better mental health. It's key to also controlling your state and controlling your reactions that might push you into doing things that you don't want, or pushing you into a fearful state, or pushing you away from your goals. Research shows 70% of people frequently experience stress-triggered reactions. Self-regulation skills create a foundation for lasting emotional well-being, and they help you with overcoming addictions and overcoming so many doubts and pains, and also can help with even healing. If your emotional state is always at a higher level, you'll be able to manifest things. You'll be able to upregulate your cells instead of letting them downregulate. External triggers versus internal responses. So external triggers might be things like difficult conversations, environmental stressors, so arguments, fights, or just talking about something you don't want to talk about. And it's unexpected changes. So you had plans, and then all of a sudden somebody pops up something that you have to go do something, and you might get triggered on that. You might get triggered. Somebody might honk at you. That might trigger you. A text message from somebody might trigger you. There's so many different things, and that's kind of what you have to figure out for yourself. So monitor your day for stressors and triggers. Your internal responses are going to be your body's and mind's reactions to those triggers. Are going to be racing thoughts, emotional surges, physical sensations, and actions that you may not want to be doing. The 4 reactive states, you have fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. In the fight stage, you'll confront it. You'll have anger and tension build up. Your flight, you do avoidance. You'll have anxiety. You want to escape the situation. Or freezing, you'll have numbness, paralysis, indecision, panic attacks, things like that. And fawning is people pleasing, self-sacrificing, doing things just to please people instead of doing what you want to be doing. You're doing things to please other people. State shifters in everyday life. You have micro triggers. Small events like harsh emails, traffic jams can spark reactions. If you have clients, a client may spark a reaction. Family members might do it. You have unconscious reactions to those. Studies show 60% of our reactions happen below the awareness, so down in the subconscious mind. Pattern formation, repeated reactions shape our self-image and habitual responses. So years and years of you doing the same thing as a reaction to the triggers. If you're addicted to something, you may go back to that addiction every time somebody makes you mad. And you're going to have to break that in order to break the addiction. It's going to be more than just willpower. You're going to have to learn how to control your trigger responses and change your state in the moment so you're able to stop that negative bridge of incidents from happening. Addiction as a state shifter mechanism. You have a dopamine loop that reinforces the patterns, and it basically you just keep reinforcing the patterns over and over again. That becomes your personality, and then over time that becomes something that you're stuck in the pattern and you feel like there's no way out. But there is a way out. You just have to break the loop. Substance use is a temporary escape from distress. So anything that's substance related is just basically you're trying to escape the stress that's coming on in your life. And there's a better way to do that without the substance use. And that's what we talk about in this community. Digital escape, so scrolling to avoid feelings, so endless scrolling, social media, looking online is just a form of escape from the feelings that you have from your triggers. Trigger tracking. So you're going to have a workbook that's down below. Down below this video, there will be a workbook PDF download that you can do to track your patterns with your triggers. So you're going to document the event. You're going to record anytime something happens just before you react. You're going to note your response. So you're going to capture all the emotional, physical, and behavioral reactions. So any kind of reactions that you have, whether they're good or bad, you getting angry, doing certain things, giving into your addictions, temptations, yelling at somebody, fighting back, or fleeing, or trying to go and do, you run into social media, you're going to note those responses and analyze the patterns over time. You're going to review your tracker to identify the recurring triggers. So you're going to monitor through your worksheet. You're going to basically journal it day by day. You're going to track it till you're able to see those recurring triggers, and you're going to be able to stop them in the tracks so you don't keep on doing the same thing. You're able to change your personality and your reactions over time by doing this. You're going to do breath awareness during tension. So anytime these things come up, are you breathing shallow or rapid? You're going to pause, stop, and create a moment of awareness in the breath. And you're going to regulate through a count of 6 counts, inhale, exhale, breathing patterns. So you're going to do 6 seconds in, hold for 6 seconds, 6 seconds out. You're going to slow down your breathing and then hold it. You need to do that 10 times until you get to where you regulate. You're going to biohack, you're going to biofeedback, stop, and regulate your breath, which is probably 60-70% of what's controlling you and your body and your heart is your breath, and your mind as well. Reflective journaling, you're going to discover the patterns. You're going to use prompts if you use ChatGPT or anything. You could also just have these questions in your book and just kind of self-answer them. What are my go-to reactive patterns? Consistent journaling reveals connections between triggers and behaviors. So you're going to keep on doing it, and you'll find the connections, and then you'll be able to recognize the patterns, and you're going to be able to step forward into the next session and next videos and modules to find lasting change in your life.